Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're jumping right into what I like to call the ultimate Ronaldo photo heist. We're going to follow YouTuber Jenny Hoyos, who actually got invited by YouTube and FIFA to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. But, she wasn't just there to sit back and watch the games. Not at all. She was on a seriously high-stakes mission to capture one single perfect photograph with her absolute favorite athlete of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, because of this special invite, Jenny got her hands on some premium stadium access. But here's the thing. Even with shiny VIP credentials, a global superstar like Ronaldo is incredibly guarded. So that premium access, it really just boiled down to exactly 3 chances. She had 3 super narrow windows of opportunity to pull off this ultimate photo heist before the tournament wrapped up and everybody went home.
Okay, let's dive into this because the clock is literally ticking here. As Jenny herself realized, since this is his last World Cup, this might be my only chance. I mean, the stakes absolutely could not be higher. This isn't just a casual celebrity run-in, we're talking about a now or never scenario. The window on Ronaldo's World Cup career is closing, which means Jenny's window to achieve this lifelong dream is snapping shut right along with it.
To actually pull this off, she mapped out a visual roadmap for the heist. And I really love looking at it this way because you kind of have to treat each of these chances like a level in a video game. So, step 1, navigating the crowds inside the stadium. If she fails that, she unlocks step 2, getting down on the actual pitch. And if all else fails, step 3 is basically the final boss level, intercepting him at the post-game media conference. 3 levels, 3 chances to win the whole shebang. But level 1 kicks off with, honestly, some hilariously high hopes. Jenny's initial expectation while wandering the stadium was that maybe, just maybe, Ronaldo was casually hanging out in the concourse eating a sandwich. The reality? Absolute utter chaos. There were thousands of screaming fans, and pretty much all of them were wearing his jersey, just swarming every single inch of the stadium. It was a massive sea of noise, so hoping to find him just casually grabbing a snack was, well, a bit naive.
So the crucial point is, chance 1 is a complete bust. She does eventually spot the pitch from her section in the stadium, but she is way, way too far away to even get his attention, let alone snap a selfie. It becomes pretty obvious right away that roaming the upper levels just isn't going to cut it. She has to pivot her entire strategy. If she wants that photo, she's got to get closer to the action. She has to go down. And this brilliantly illustrates just how insane the timeline is to unlock level 2. It requires this rapid, completely adrenaline-fueled sequence of events. At minute 1, she's rushing down the stadium elevator. By minute 5, she's desperately throwing on the mandatory pitch clothing. It's this special bib you absolutely need to step foot near the grass. Minute 10, she's navigating the back rooms and finally hits field level. And by minute 15, the players are scheduled to walk out. It is a total mad dash against the clock. But right as the adrenaline peaks and she thinks she's in the absolute perfect spot, total panic sets in. They were directed to the wrong side of the pitch. I mean, just imagine that sinking feeling in your stomach. She gets this split-second sighting of Ronaldo all the way across the field, right as the players start coming out to warm up. So they have to scramble to the right side and completely reset their position while the players are already out there on the grass. So now she's waiting in the stadium back rooms for the players to finish warming up and come back out for the actual match, and the nervous energy completely takes over. She starts obsessively checking her phone to make sure she has enough digital space for the perfect shot. She confirms she has exactly 200 gigabytes of storage left. It's such a funny little detail, but it perfectly shows how hyper-focused she is on making sure absolutely nothing goes wrong on the technical side when her moment finally arrives. As the flag bearers come out and the players actually start approaching the tunnel, her heart is just beating out of her chest. She runs through this frantic final prep checklist. She's meticulously planning her angle, doing a mock-up practice picture with her camera, trying her absolute hardest to look good in the pouring rain, and, in a moment of pure, relatable panic, desperately wishing she had time to reapply her lip gloss. You can literally feel the tension. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is looking at what actually went down during that pitch encounter. So Ronaldo finally walks by. The distance? Okay, very close. But the photo quality? A horribly blurry screenshot from a video. And did Ronaldo even notice she was there? Not at all. So as Jenny heads up to her premium seat to finally just watch the game, she stews over it all and renders her final verdict. It simply doesn't count. The ultimate heist is still unfulfilled. Eventually, the match ends. Chance 1 was a naive dream. Chance 2 was a blurry failure. So we have now arrived at Chance 3, the post-game media center. This is it, the final desperate attempt. Now, not every player is guaranteed to walk through this area, but as Jenny figures, it absolutely doesn't hurt to try. So she navigates her way deep into the media section where all the reporters are waiting, just hoping to intercept him on his way out of the building. For this final stand, she relies on what we can call the ultimate disguise. She goes all out. We're talking Portugal face paint, a Portugal scarf, and a Portugal jersey. And her logic here is actually incredibly sound. She's waiting in this massive mix of international media, and she knows for a fact that players from the opposing team are absolutely not going to stop and chat with someone draped head to toe in Portugal merchandise. She needs to stand out, but only to the right person. And then it happens. He appears. Ronaldo is walking right through the media section. He is incredibly close. She is standing right there on the barricade. But in this totally heart-stopping moment of disappointment, he just keeps walking. He doesn't stop. He doesn't pose for a picture. He walks right by her. If this was truly her last chance, it seems like the dream is just officially over.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because just when you think all hope is completely lost, a surprise twist happens. The players aren't just leaving, they are walking back through the exact same pathway. It's a second pass. Jenny realizes she has one more split-second window as he approaches her direction all over again. The camera goes up, the moment of truth is finally here.
And boom, mission accomplished. She actually gets his attention. He stops, and they capture the perfect photo. The quote on screen really says it all. I finally took a picture with the Cristiano Ronaldo. After all the complete chaos, the aborted attempts, running to the wrong sides of the field, and those blurry screenshots, the ultimate photo heist is a massive success. Her dream moment at his final World Cup immortalized forever. No way, right? Which brings us to a final thought I want to leave you with today. We've just broken down the frantic energy, the intense planning, and, let's be honest, the sheer luck required to pull off a moment like this. But it really taps into something so universal about how we all view our heroes. So I'll leave you with this question, which is perfectly captured on our final slide. If you were given that golden ticket, if you had premium access to any event in the entire world, who is the one person you would chase down for a photo? Think about it. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep exploring those fascinating stories.